Here are 5 games like Sons of the Forest. If you love Sons of the Forest, then you'll like this game as it's one of the most similar games. Green Hell is a survival game that takes place in the jungle. The main enemy is tribe people, kinda like the cannibals from Sons of the Forest. The base building is a big part in this game. You have a building book where you can select blueprints you can place down and fill them in with materials. The building is pretty customizable and overall gives off a very familiar feel to Sons of the Forest. The game is both single and multiplayer and can be played with up to 4 players in a world. There's also quite a bit of storyline in this game too. Green Hell has an overall rating of very positive on Steam and costs about $25. Next up is the game Grounded. If you can look past the cartoonish graphics, it's pretty similar to Sons of the Forest. It's another survival game. This time instead of a forest or jungle, you're in the backyard. But you've been shrunken down to the size of an ant, which makes every little thing you see seem huge from your point of view. I can tell they definitely took some inspiration from the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Once again, the building in this game is the same style as Sons of the Forest. You have blueprints that you place down and you fill it with the necessary materials to build it. You can make some pretty cool stuff too, so this is another game for those of you that love building. Your main enemies in this game are all the little bugs and critters that live in your backyard, and since you've been shrunken down, they're a little more creepy than usual. The game also has a storyline for those of you who like that aspect. You're basically trying to figure out how to get unshrunk and go home. The game can be played online with up to 4 players in a world. One cool thing this game has is a feature called Shared Worlds. So even if the original host isn't on, you can still play the world and all the progression saves. This game has an overall rating of very positive on Steam and costs $40. It does go on sale fairly often, so keep an eye out for that. Next up is Valheim. Valheim is an open world survival game in the world of Norse mythology, or in other words, a Viking setting. The game's graphics are a bit of a downgrade from Sons of the Forest, but don't let that stand in the way of this amazing game. There's endless areas to explore and discover, including different biomes and caves. Every world you create is randomly generated, so every time it will be a different adventure. The building in this game is overall pretty good. You have a book of all sorts of different building pieces that you can place down however you want. Just like in Sons of the Forest, once you start building, the enemies do not like that and will often try to interfere with you. If you're a base building fan, definitely try this one out as you can truly create some stunning bases. There isn't much storyline in this one as it's mostly about character progression. There is, however, different boss fights throughout the game. The game is multiplayer and can be played with up to 10 players in a world. Valheim has an overall Steam rating of overwhelmingly positive, which is the best rating a game can get on Steam, and at full price costs $20. Next up is Survival Fountain of the Youth. This game is not out yet and is coming out soon. It's an open world survival game set in the Caribbean islands. You get stranded on an uninhabited island after a shipwreck and your main goal is to survive. This game seems to have quite a bit of exploration involved as you can travel to new islands on a boat and even explore underwater. The main enemies in this game are the wild animals on the islands. The game seems to have quite a bit of variety of items you will be able to craft, and as far as the base building goes, it seems to have quite a bit of stuff you can build, and it looks like you may even be able to customize and build on your boat. There is some story aspect in this game, and it looks like it's full of mystery and puzzles. The main focus is on finding some kind of ancient fountain of youth somewhere on the islands. For now, the game seems to be coming out in single player only. The game is scheduled to come out sometime in Q2 2023. Next we have Conan Exiles. Conan Exiles is an open world survival game based in a land full of different biomes. You start out tied to a cross in the wilderness, left to die when someone rescues you. From here you can explore the world however you want. There's dungeons, enemies, ancient ruins, and tons of other stuff to discover. Conan Exiles has multiple different game modes. You can play single player, multiplayer, and play on servers with other random players. There is a character point system in this game where you can upgrade your character's stats. The building in this game is very customizable. When you're building, it has the nice snap mechanic to it and has a lot of different options when it comes to building pieces. There's a lot of different furniture items to make your base look great. Once again, if you love to build bases, then definitely consider trying this one out because you can build some pretty amazing bases. There isn't too much main storyline to follow in this game as it mainly focuses on exploration and doing whatever you please. Conan Exiles has an overall rating of mostly positive on Steam and costs $40, but often comes on sale, so maybe keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button, and if you want to keep on watching, click the video on screen now.